Mina and Kirishima walked through the energetic town, Kirishima a little bit ahead of Mina. Kirishima seemed focused, watching every building that could have been suspicious. Mina, on the other hand, was not as focused as she should have been. Tilda earlier that day. Tilda. All right, everyone. It's time to split up. Anything unusual you see, report it as soon as you get back. All right. Momo asked as the group stood in front of the building. Right. Everyone called. Kirishima and Mina turned to go opposite ways, but Momo instantly called them out. What are you two doing? We aren't splitting up that much. What if one of you finds the liberation? No, we are splitting up in teams of two. Momo said, winking at Mina. Mina turned a darker shade of pink. Now off we go. Correctly this time. Mina stared at the back of the red spiky hair. So what is this? They were supposed to be on the lookout for anything unusual. But like, could they have fun while doing this? What could be fun on a mission like this, searching down a terrorist group? Wait, was she taking Momo's plan seriously? Wanna stop and get something to eat? Kirishima asked, his hands in his pockets now. We've been searching for a while now, nothing seems to stand out here. Kirishima asked. Mina jumped. What? I mean, yay, sure. Food sounds great, Mina said with an awkward smile. This did not suit her. She hated being on the receiving end of these situations. Kirishima raised an eyebrow with a confused look before shrugging. Well, from the looks of it, there's a small place over there, we can eat it if you're interested. Ooh, they have gyudon. Kirishima said excitedly. Mina made a mental note that Kirishima liked gyudon. Well, let's go there then. Mina said with a smile. The two made their way through the crowded city street, bustling with street cars, bicycles and crowds of shoppers and businessmen quick on time. The two gasped for air when they burst through the family restaurant doors. Mina gasped. We made it, Kirishima corrected. The two looked around the establishment. The kitchen seemed to be busy as ever. In the corner was an ordering machine. At least there's no line at the machine, Kirishima said with a sharp smile. He grabbed Mina's hand as he made his way towards the ordering machine, Mina being dragged behind. Mina could have passed out that moment. The two ordered and found some empty seating in the corner of the building. Well, that was a trip. Kirishima laughed. Mina laughed nervously. Okay, this could be considered a date, right? Kirishima stared at Mina for a second, losing his laugh to concentrate on Mina's features. What is it? Mina asked. Kirishima furrowed his eyebrows just slightly. Well, I've just noticed you've been acting kinda weird these last few days. Kirishima leaned in a bit. You alright? Something going on? Mina blinked. I'm fine. Really. I've just got a lot on my mind. I just haven't been acting like myself recently. Mina said, getting quieter as she spoke. Huh, she really hadn't been herself. What was she doing? She's supposed to be the alien queen. Was she really gonna let Momo's teasing her, this cute boy in front of her, throw her off her game? Hey, can we consider this a date? Mina said, the nerves still just a bit there, as she fumbled with her napkin on the table. Kirishima leaned back a bit in his chair. Really? You wanna consider this a date? He asked with a confused look. I mean, I know we're on like a really important mission, but it doesn't hurt to keep trying to get with your crush, right? Mina said, avoiding direct eye contact. You did say back at UA that you know, you considered me an important person. Yay, I do consider you an important person, Kirishima said. The two sat in silence, avoiding direct eye contact before Kirishima sighed and stood. This isn't very manly of me. Mina, he called out loudly. Yes, Mina said, matching his loud tone but was still sitting, shocked at Kirishima's sudden movement. Please, be my girlfriend, Kirishima said, pounding his fist together, though he seemed to be blushing. Wait a minute, be his girlfriend. Ah, Mina squeaked out. Of course Kirishima was gonna barge his way through it, that was his thing. Please go out with me. Kirishima said again, even stronger than before. Midoriya and Uraraka, Jiro and Kaminari, Todoroki and Yaoyorozu. We've been behind. I could have been making you happy for months, but I didn't realize until a bit ago. So no more. Eijiro, when did you become so upfront? Mina asked, blushing even more. However, her usual smile was ever growing. You wanna skip everything and get right to it. Are you sure? We've known each other for so long already. If anything, we should have done this a long time ago. Kirishima said. Mina blinked, her heart rate increasing exponentially. You know what? You're right. It doesn't matter. Yes, I'll be your girlfriend. Those Ochako and Momo think they can outshine me. We are even more perfect than them. Mina called out, standing as well, getting absorbed into Kirishima's fieriness. Can you two kids shut up? A burly man with black messy hair and leather clothing said loudly at the two teens, now together. He seemed to be on the phone. Some people are trying to eat, or are on the phone like me. Ah, yes, we're so sorry. The two said together, bowing and slowly sitting back down in their seats at the same time their food had arrived. The two stared at each other until they started both giggling. Well, we might as well dig in, right? Kirishima said. Mina, feeling back to her usual self, nodded, still trying to contain her laughter. The two started eating happily. The man who yelled at them turned back to his phone call. What? You're about to walk in. All right then. Suddenly the door to the restaurant burst open. An eccentric woman with a doctor's coat and red hair came hurrying in. All right, Yusuke, she said with a happy yet evil grin. Time to go, we'll be back soon. The Urarakas just started work on the hospital. To think everything is being put in place so well. Izuku Midoriya's girlfriend's parents, building our hospital. Isn't that just perfect? Come, we're heading back to Tokyo for the rest of the day. I've already informed the Urarakas not to touch under the foundation of the building. We don't want them finding that. Asagiri, you've really got us going everywhere today. All right, should I do the thing? The man named Yusuke asked, now standing holding up his fingers. Asagiri shook her head. Who here is actually paying attention in this loud place? You'll just give us away somehow. Come, let's go. The two walked out. However, the two teenagers that were just yelled at had stopped eating. They had still been staring at each other. However, the looks of love had escaped their eyes. Both Mina and Kirishima's eyes had dilated. Sweat ran down the side of their faces. No, it couldn't have been that easy. But it also couldn't have been worse. Eijiro. Yay, we gotta find that hospital. The phone says there's a construction site just up the street. Mina called out as the two ran, pushing through crowds of people until they stood in front of the construction site. No doubt about it, this is Ochako's family construction. Mina said. Do you think those two were liberation people? Kirishima asked. Mina nodded. Who else? And they brought up Midoriya. They way they were talking about it, they wanna get to him. Meaning they're looking for him and they probably already have the target somewhere. We need more information. Well, let's go ask Uraraka's parents. They're in there somewhere, right? Kirishima said, pointing at the site. Mina shook her head. We're gonna tell Momo first. We can't have the Urarakas contact Ochako. We have to do this carefully. I sent Momo a message just now, we're meeting back up at the apartment. Well, let's go then. Kirishima said with a smile, grabbing Mina's hand. The two smiled, and ran off. One thing was for certain. They finally had a lead.